The boat was on its final phase towards the jungle shrine. Meandering through the narrow canal, it was moving slowly. But that slow journey was a blessing in disguise for the passengers, as it offered some of the most stunning views of the serene villages on either side. The passengers could observe that the life in the villages was just getting started to the lazy Sunday morning, though it was already 9 a.m. It was nothing unusual in it, as farmers generally prefer to finish their field works quite early in the morning before the weather gets heated up. This has its own advantages, as it enables the farmers to complete their routine agricultural related works like observing the progress of the crops, irrigating it, minor maintenance, etc., quite early before the sun starts sending its blazing shafts of rays. The early morning works gives a natural protection to the farmers from the blistering shafts of the sun, as it penetrates the surface soil to roast alive the unwanted pests or harmful bacteria that trouble the vegetation, and to get them eliminated in a natural way without the use of insecticides. The sun and its rays therefore are great friends of the farmers in their agricultural works. The villagers are intelligent enough to see the wonderful benefits of the power-packed sun rays. They generally make full use of it in their agricultural field by plowing, watering, etc., well before the sun starts climbing up on the eastern horizon. They would continue that works till 8 or 9 a.m. before returning home to complete their morning ablutions or catch up with the other household chores. A visit to the nearest water point was one of the first things they would do during that break. For all their basic needs, irrigation, household, transportation, etc., the canal was the only source. It was therefore their lifeline as well. As the boat slowly made its way ahead, the children were closely observing the happenings on the either side of the canal. In their eagerness to ensure that what one saw was seen by others also, each one was announcing it to the rest quite loudly. This unsolicited public announcement ensured that the noise level in the boat remained always high. The best of the 6 seasons in a year, spring was already halfway through. Coming after nearly 3 months of a suffocating winter, the spring ushers in a new life altogether on the earth. When it bustles from every nook and corner of the earth, unless one is either insensitive or totally blind to the happenings around, he would effortlessly be transported to a different world altogether. The season also brings the best among the birds, bees, squirrels, animals, etc., in the form of melodious chirpings as they keep themselves busy building nests or scurrying from one branch to the other in search of ripe fruits. The wonderful and colorful spring season got reflected on the vegetation, birds, animals, human beings, etc., while all the trees proudly flaunted its canopy with newly sprouted tender leaves, colorful flowers and tasty fruits, attracting many customers in the form of equally colorful and cheerful humming bees, chirping birds, animals, human beings, etc., all leaving a lasting impression on the environment around. As the fresh leaves sprout on the trees, the newly hatched caterpillars start feasting on it, not knowing the dangers of becoming the morning breakfast of the chirpy birds hopping around for their quota of food for the day. While those scenes get enacted on all the tall trees, the earth witnesses another scene when cows, buffaloes, goats, etc. fill the fields in search of newly sprouted, tasty green shoots as they lazily wag their tails on either side in a futile attempt to chase away flies and mosquitoes who also must have landed on them in search of their daily dose of food. For farmers, while the spring heralds the end of a period filled with anxiety about the rabi crop they try to grow, braving the chilling weather, it is the beginning of a period of high expectations. They feel happy that all the hard works put in place since October, following the rainy season and chilling weather of the winter, have finally borne fruits in the form of a good crop ready to be harvested soon. For them, it is celebration time with near and dear ones. The wonderful festival of the spring, Vishu, heralding the new year in Kerala, is the time they look forward for it. It is also the time they take their hard-earned crop to the market for sales. As the farmers converge on the market for the sales, the market suddenly bustles with a renewed enthusiasm. In the market, it is the festival time for all those involved in the business chain of agriculture. Moneylender to the tea shop owner, all get something out of the farmer's visit to the market for sale of his commodity. It is one of the only 2 times in the calendar every one of them get business and makes money to sustain their family till the next agricultural season starting in May, when the nature comes out with the summer showers drenching the sun-boiled soil with its soothing balm. During the spring season, in the background of stunning crystal clear blue sky, the sun, keeping his usual brutal armory of burning shafts a little subdued, stays a bit longer on each of his regular stops on the way to the west. It is perhaps the sun also wants to be part of those beautiful moments in the lives of the people on the earth. Though those happy moments arrive in their lives only because of the sun's relentless efforts day after day, none on the earth seems to be concerned about the sun on that occasion, forcing one poet lament that people remember God only in times of distress. That perhaps must be another reason behind the sun keeping a little subdued during the spring. But unconcerned of any such feelings, the people with their disdain attitude make full use of the celestial phenomena of a subdued sun as they happily bask in the golden sunshine, fully knowing that it can hardly discolor their already darkened skin. The great spirits seen among the villagers seem to have seized the children in the boat as well. All of them were found to be full of enthusiasm as they closely observed the beautiful scenes on either side of the canal. In their enthusiasm to ensure that none in their company misses out those moments, they made it a point to announce it to the rest in a voice that was little louder.